Alright guys, I'm just testing the suspension right now after Dave made his changes already. It's a little bit more confident, not a little bit, but it's a lot more confident than what it used to. Feels more responsive. I mean, the settings that he's put on it. Also, my the preload has been adjusted, so it feels much better. Yep, definitely much better. Yep, $60, not bad. Make your bike ride a little bit better. So, actually, he told me that I don't need to change my suspension. Actually, there's still a lot of room for my weight to mess with the suspension setting. So that's a good thing. I don't have to spend on it unless I want to, for just so that, you know, part of a cool factor, even though I don't need it. Cool factor that you know, you have some more adjustable suspension. You have O-rings in the rear, but WP is not a bad suspension, so I don't mind keeping it. And that's a KTM brand. I mean, not brand, but like that's their go-to suspension, guys, so not a bad deal there. Trying to get into some higher speed kind of roads here for us in a sec. I'm just looking for a freeway on-ramp or something. Just try to make a little right here. Not from this area, so partially lost. Yeah, let's take a turn here. Oh, that one's nice. That one's definitely nice. So before, when I turn, any turn, even if it's a slow turn, it just chatters and bounces around. But you know, Dave said that's what the Super Duke is made for. That's why they set it up like that. It's because of wheelies. So a softer rear makes it easier for you to bounce the suspension, you know, to raise the bike up in the front. And of course, landing, when you land also, it's a little bit softer, so it catches the landing a little bit better. So the way the Super Duke is set up out of the box is made to wheelie. I wish I could do that. I'm not good at intentional wheelies, only on hard acceleration on the track, and I don't mean to do it at all, and I don't know how to hold it. I don't know how to hold a wheelie, so I wish I could. I gotta learn it. I'm just not there. Never spend the time to learn it. I never spent the time. Feeling a little bit better on the high speed compression and rebound. I just have more feel of the road. It's such a cliche thing to say, but that's the best way I could describe it. I could feel what the suspension is doing based on the surface of the road here. In that sense, he also got my controls adjusted so that I have a nicer reach into the controls, the brakes and my clutch. So ergonomics wise, it's just overall it's just nice right now. So I guess what you're trying to look for on a suspension tuning is, does it increase your confidence on the motorcycle? And right now for $60 it does. And I've gone to Dave numerous times, not just a few times. He's adjusted a lot of my motorcycles already, so I never had any negative anything. It's always better after Dave touches the motorcycle. It's always better afterwards. Yeah, I wish I could go into a part something much more technical, but this is all I know around here. Doesn't matter because I'll see him at Thunder Hill soon anyway. Yeah, that's what the bike is really. That's why I bought the bike for anyway. But for the street, it's pretty nice to ride. I think I forgot to put one spacer in my shift, my rear set shift mechanism. So I noticed my shift rod is not completely in a nice angle, so I gotta fix that, I think. So I'm surprised it's still working. It's not too angled where it's hitting anything, but it's just not the proper way to do it. Alright, let's just come back and confirm with Dave that it's all good. Alright, it's another windy day, so my sound, my microphone might be a little shitty again. Yeah, well, just gonna close out the video for suspension tuning. I've been riding around like about 30 minutes now, just testing it out, high speed, low speed. There's not much I could really do in terms of you know, I mean, I'm on the street. Not a lot of twisties around here, actually. Yeah, not much I could do. It's a lot of just straight roads. But I guess the takeaway here is you're not gonna, your street setup, this setup right here, it's not gonna be the same one for the track. So, but it's close. At least the preload is set, the sag is set. It's all about the dampening compression, really. Unless I gained a lot of weight from now until the time I go to the track. I think I pretty much weighed the same. I might be heavier with the leathers. I don't think that matters too much of it's not a big deal. But I think either way, when you go to the track, when I go to the track, the whole setup changes anyway. So you might ask why bother with it on the street, but you know, most of the time it's gonna be, I mean, this is a street bike and it's something you could actually ride on the street, not like the Panigale, the V4. You can actually ride this thing because it's not hot or anything. It's actually very streetable. So yeah, so this setup is actually pretty good. So when I actually get it set up for track, then it might be a little harsher when I go back on street. So I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna change it. I might just leave it. So so far it's good. Dave said I don't have to change the components, which is a good thing because I'm saving a lot of money there. You know, I don't know what will make me want to change it other than bling factor. There's still a lot of adjustability on the rear shock. He said up to what, 370 pound rider, the spring has room for it. So that's good to know. So I can just basically get the power mods then. The thing I like about the static suspension is that it's so predictable. I know it doesn't matter where I am. I know what it's doing and I know what its characteristics are. The semi-active, you can trust it. I know you can learn to trust it. It's gonna do its thing, you know, but you don't know what it's doing. It's just, you know, you don't know. Is it upping the compression, upping the rebound? But you just basically have to trust that it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be good. You know, the numbers on the settings are like this, and this is good. But the static, for some reason, in my mind, just a little bit of security in my mind. Like, I just know that it's set up like this, so it's gonna do what it does because it's set up this way. So that's just kind of my mentality now. Before, it didn't really matter to me if it's semi-active or not, because I didn't really have the insight or the experience. Depends on your riding style, I guess. The experience that the riding that I do kind of changed my perspective on the suspension that I like. So I guess that's how you put it. If you're purely riding street, or you don't really care, or you're not you're not thinking about it in that way, this is a semi-active is perfect. You just it just does everything for you. You know, like, you don't have to mess with anything. You just click riding mode, and the suspension will do the rest. Now, sometimes I wish I didn't really start thinking about suspension that hard. Now I have this way of thinking, like, it's kind of, I feel like I'm narrow-minded. I'm not open-minded to the semi-active suspension anymore. Yeah, so it's kind of like, the more you know kind of thing, the more you get kind of, I feel like it's more snobby-ish. I feel kind of snobby in terms of, no, I don't want semi-active, I'm static only, It's not like that. It's not like that at all. I mean, the GSA has semi-active suspension. I love it. Yeah, just riding it around here, low speed, high speed, is pretty good now. It's actually very sure of itself. It's not very wobbly. It's not what do you call this? It's not like all over the place when I'm turning. Yeah, it's solid. It's solid. You can kind of hear the exhaust there. Like, it's actually sounds pretty good, but I know how it sounds with an exhaust, so it's hard to just accept this. I know how it sounds. I know what the Super Duke really sounds like. But the sound, it sounds good, but it's very streetable, so you can. It's not annoying. So if you're gonna do touring on this bike, this is stock setup here. It's pretty nice already. So you have the sound. If you wanna kind of ramp it up a little bit, you just get a slip-on, maybe. I can't wait though. I can't wait to put the airbox in there, the induction sound. And you got the full exhaust system with a flash and tune, man. But I'm learning it now. I'm learning how the bike is stock right now, so I'm starting to build an appreciation for the modded version of the bike. So I like that journey right there. Because before I just modded straight away at 5 miles. When I took it in for my 600-mile service, they're looking at me kind of weird. Obviously, this is not warranty capable motorcycle. I already blew past my warranty on the first day, on the first service. There's basically no point of me having them to do the first service. The point of the first service is that if anything breaks on the first 600 miles, they do the first oil change. That's kind of like how you do the warranty claim. It's like you did everything right, you broke it in properly. They did the dealership did the first service. Yeah. Alright guys, that's it. Not much else to say. I am going to close the video out, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that one a little bit. Some information there for you. And thank you if you guys are subscribed, and if you're not, please subscribe, like the video, and see you guys on the next video. Thank you.